This is London.
These are dangerous days.
Well, fans, time now for the big one. The LDN British Heavyweight Champion, Yorghos Christopoulos, here tonight to wrestle Kendo Nagasaki for the Sword of Excellence. And of course, winner takes all. Sword of Excellence versus the big gold belt, the most important championship gold in the country. Yorghos Christopoulos, of course, won the championship last year at Legend Showdown 1, defeating John Ritchie, and he has held on to that belt ever since. So tonight marks approximately the 1-year anniversary of his championship reign. And in that year, he has taken on any and all comers, and pretty much without exception, sent them packing. The only thorn in his side has been Kendo Nagasaki.
Tonight, I was meant to wrestle the character of Kendo Nagasaki. But for the third time now, Kendo has ducked me again and he's not showing up tonight. Now, I still want what is rightfully mine, and that is the Sword of Excellence. So I come in to fight for my British title on the line, and I want what is rightfully mine, the Sword of Excellence. But unfortunately, Kendo has not shown up. I thought he'd be here tonight and prove his legendary status, but obviously not. He sold each and every one of you out. Instead, he'd rather be making up stories on YouTube. But being a fighting champion, I'm here tonight to perform for only his Premier.
Well, what we are hearing now from the British champion is that Kendo Nagasaki has not arrived here this evening. It sounds like he has had a falling out with LDN management, apparently, but I suspect it might have something to do with not wanting to face Yorghos. 2 or 3 times now he has been set to fight Yorghos one-on-one for the championship, and each time he has found a way to weasel out of that match. And unfortunately for the fans, he has found another way out here at Legend Showdown 2, but that is Blondie Barrett, tag team partner of Nagasaki, and that looks like he has got the Sword of Excellence.
Blondie Barrett, I want to know, where's Peter? Where is he?
Have some respect, give me that. You lot, keep your mouth shut, right? Listen, I bought this sword, it's up against that belt. This stays with me, that goes on with me.
I'm not giving him it, I need the sword on it. I need the sword on the belt.
Well, it looks like...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this contest, as you've heard, is the Sword of Excellence against LDN Championship belt match made over an 18-minute time limit with 6 3-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout to decide the winner. Introducing first on my right, coming out of the red corner from Sheffield in South Yorkshire. He's the former British mid-heavyweight champion, Blondie, Barrett. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce his opponent on my left and coming out of the blue corner, originally hailing from Athens in Greece. He is the LDN British champion, Yorghos. Please stop us!
Well, this is a big match in the career of Yorghos Christopoulos. 1 year ago today, he won that big gold belt, and tonight he is facing Blondie Barrett with the belt on the line. Referee Chris Roberts there holding up the belt. That is just one of the things at stake in this match. The sword of excellence, of course, also on the line in this winner-takes-all match. 6 3-minute rounds this time. And it would appear that Blondie Barrett has stepped in for Kendo Nagasaki again. From what I can gather, Nagasaki running scared of the champion. We saw a couple of months ago on LDN Capital TV that Yorghos Christopoulos rightfully won that sword of excellence in a ladder match in Hanley. However, at the conclusion of the bout, Nagasaki stole the sword back.
Round 1.
And Yorghos has been chasing it ever since. And I think it's just a question of pride now for Yorghos. Recently in Wolverhampton, Kendo Nagasaki came very close to losing his mask. And I think that he knows that Yorghos is a better man than him. He knows he's not as young as he once was. And I think, worried about the potential defeat at the hands of the young Greek, he decided to sit this one out and send his henchman Blondie Barrett in instead. And it's going to be an interesting matchup. Both of these men, no strangers to one another, particularly in those tag team encounters with Kendo Nagasaki. We see Barrett having words with his cornerman there, Gregory Cortez, a man who was a part of the infamous 6-man tag team matchup in this very building, the Grey Civic Hall, towards the beginning of 2008. That was when Kendo Nagasaki came out of retirement, his first in-ring appearance for over a decade. And now, less than 1 year on, he is running scared from Yorghos Christopoulos, the LDN heavyweight champion. And of course, we see in his corner is the concerned face of Hakan. And these two men have been training partners now for the last several months. They have wrestled a number of tag team matches together. They have travelled up and down the country together. And they have formed a very close bond, because going back to that infamous 6-man tag team match, Kendo Nagasaki threw a table on the skull of Hakan. And that caused him to have to go to hospital for several days. And Hakan was this close to quitting the sport of wrestling. And it was a visit to his hospital by Yorghos Christopoulos that made him decide to carry on. And Yorghos, I think, has had enough. He has had enough of Nagasaki. He has had enough of Blondie Barrett. And he is not going to take any nonsense anymore. He has come here with one purpose on his mind, and that is to defeat whoever is put in front of him and claim what is rightfully his, the sword of excellence. Barrett taking this one on the outside. Oh my goodness! I believe he just punched the steel ring post. And now this one finding its way up into the bleachers. Barrett may have started something he wish he hadn't. Yorghos happy to take this one all the way around the grey Civic Hall if he has to. He's going to make sure those ringside fans get a great souvenir. And this is an absolutely wild matchup. I have never seen such crazy action. Barrett going up to the top rope. Comes off. Double axe handle. And that double axe handle really turned the tide of this matchup around. European uppercut. And Yorghos whipped across the ring. Caught with a splash in that turnbuckle. And that was just the end of round one, believe it or not. Oh, and that was well after the bell. At the very least, that's got to be worth a public warning, surely. Come on, referee. Utter disdain on the face of Blondie Barrett.
Seconds out, round two.
My goodness, these two men have just wrestled all around the building. And that was just the first round. Who knows what's going to happen the rest of this matchup? 5 rounds remaining, the score still 0-0. Barrett with the upper hand as a concerned Hakan looks on in the corner of the LDN British champion. And Barrett, I think, was attempting to loosen a turnbuckle pad, and Hakan rightfully stepped in, but he received a thumb to the eye for his troubles. Meanwhile, Yorghos getting taken out by the corner man of Blondie Barrett, Gregory Cortez. And Hakan, as much as he's trying to help his charge, is unfortunately only ensuring he suffers even greater punishment at the hands of both Barrett and Cortez. And again, Blondie Barrett goes to loosen a turnbuckle cover. Oh no. Oh no! In the second round, Yorghos Christopoulos may have just been knocked cold. His head was just rammed into that exposed steel cover. And Barrett taking full advantage of that one. Things are not looking good for the LDN British champion. Nonetheless, a reversal. Monkey flip sends Barrett across the ring. Barrett gets a boot up. And Blondie Barrett going up top. Yorghos has caught him. And Yorghos turning things around, but for how much longer can he manage? A cheap shot there from Blondie Barrett. Slowed down the champion. Yorghos with a roll-up. Backslide, the shoulders are down. And just a 2 count. That was a little too close for comfort there for Blondie Barrett. And he ended that one in short order. And in round 2, Blondie Barrett goes 1 fall up.
Round 2, the first fall of the contest. to Blondie, Barrett.
And take a look at the replay. A big close fist right to the throat. Knocked Yorghos Christopoulos silly. There was nowhere he could go. Hook of the leg, 1, 2, 3. But it was all thanks to that closed fist. Blondie Barrett goes 1 fall up against the British champion here at Legends Showdown 2. And this is just ridiculous. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, Blondie Barrett receives his first public warning.
And a public warning for Barrett. And there's the bell. And the start of round 3 looks like it's going to take place outside of the ring, with Gregory Cortez laying the boot into Yorghos Christopoulos. This matchup was just out of control. And the referee distracted, you can see in the corner of your screens, by Yorghos' cornerman, Hakan. They are now fighting up onto the entranceway. And they are falling into the seats, and those fans have scarpered because they don't want to be any part of this crazy brawl. Yorghos head first into the steel ring post. Take a look at that. Forehead first right into the steel pole. And that pole didn't move an inch. That pole did not budge. And finally Hakan evening up the score somewhat. Taking out Gregory Cortez on the outside, but Blondie Barrett already back in the ring. He is not going to give Yorghos 1 minute of breathing space. Barrett already 1 full up. And I think he knows just how close he is to the LDN British Championship. It is within his grasp. We saw the belt change hands last year at Legends Showdown. Barrett would love to see that tradition continue. Barrett again taking this one outside. Back to that steel ring, but he's got the ringside bell. He just clocked him with the ringside bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blondie Barrett receives his second and final public warning.
A second and final public warning. I don't think that's gone far enough. I don't think the referee went far enough there. Chris Roberts, you should have disqualified the man. Barrett again going after Hakan. And again, the referee tied up with the cornerman and not paying attention to what's going on inside the ring. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I think the referee has got the hardest job in wrestling. He needs to have eyes in the back of his head. And now, Blondie Barrett has got the sword. He has got that sword. And we are just lucky it wasn't unsheathed. We certainly can't allow swordplay of any kind during a wrestling match. Not here in LDN. And there's the bell, and the 3 minutes are up, and that is the end of round 3, I believe, which means we are halfway through this matchup. And Blondie Barrett 1 full up. And this is most unorthodox.
Listen, Yorghos. To be a legend, you gotta be in with a legend and be a legend. There's no way you're ever going to be any legend.
Well, that is most unorthodox. Highly offensive behaviour.
Seconds away, round 4.
The bell rings, round 4 begins. Barrett still with the 1 full advantage. Not even allowing Yorghos back up to his feet. Stomping down on the lumbar region, damaging those kidneys. But But Yorghos turns it around and gets a knee to the nether regions. Right in the unmentionables. Oh, and again. Straight in that groin. And an atomic drop for good measure. And those ghoulies are goners. Yorghos now on fire. Where is he going to take this one? He's got to watch the referee. Oh, again, he's going to get a public warning for that, but it was worth it. Oh, I could crush a grape, said Yorghos. Unbelievable. He got a public warning for it, but it was worth it, I think. For the damage it will have inflicted upon Blondie. Barrett comes off with a flying cross body. 2, 3. And he gets the equaliser.
Ladies and gentlemen, round 4, an equalising fall to the LDN champion, Yorghos.
And Yorghos has snapped. Take a look at this. Comes off the middle. Flying cross body. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And Yorghos has gone crazy, but he hasn't won the match yet.
Referee outside, 1,002.
Well, we just saw the replay, Blondie Barrett, and you are wrong, sir.
I said 2.
No doubt about it, that was a 3 count, and the referee doesn't need to justify himself anyway. The referee's decision, as always, is final. The last recourse of the scoundrel. The loose turnbuckle covering. Look at that steel ring. Yorghos again slammed head first. Big left fist, a closed fist as well. Despite what he's telling referee Chris Roberts. 5 rounds into this matchup and the score tied at 1-4 apiece. This one could go to sudden death. Yorghos with a scoop slam out of nowhere. And that's what he has to do. He has to rely on his strength. He has to use that speed advantage brought about by his youth. Because Barrett is a wily veteran. And he knows every trick in the book, including that one. Headbutt to the back again, just working on those kidneys. Yorghos fighting back with the fans on his side, but an aborted aeroplane spin appeared to knock out the official. The legs of Blondie Barrett, I think, just knocked out Chris Roberts, who has been incapacitated, and now Gregory Cortez up in the corner. And Blondie Barrett has got, that looks like the ceremonial salt bag. Nagasaki salt. I knew his fingerprints would be all over this one. But I think Cortez got the worst of it. I think Yorghos ducked, and now Blondie Barrett with a face full of the salt. Barrett with a face full of salt, a can on the outside, pummeling on Cortez. What a bridge, the shoulders down, and Yorghos successfully defends the LDN British Championship and captures, finally, the Sword of Excellence in round 5 here at Legend Showdown 2.
2 falls to 1, and still the LDN champion.
Yes, take a look at the replay there. Yorghos dunked the salt, grabbed the bag, threw what remained of the day into the face of Blondie Barrett. A can on the outside taking care of Cortez. 1, 2, 3. The winner of the match, still the LDN British champion, and now the rightful owner of the Sword of Excellence, Yorghos Christopoulos.